Wanted to give you an update on things I've done. I had to get a new steering wheel. The steering wheel was completely disintegrated all around. I'll show you the old one. Um, Everything's working electrically. I've got the turn signals working. I had to meter out all the wires. I took out uh, the stock light switch. Well, I replaced the light switch with a brand new one, and it also had a fuse block that snaps onto it. And on these Comets and Falcons, I'll show you a schematic of it here. We'll pay a diagram, and you could tell there's only 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like they had about 4 fuses in for the whole vehicle. So I got rid of that. I'm just running the new light switch. It has a built-in dimmer rheostat, and I made my own fuse panel system under there. Just got to clean it up still. There's a block that is switched ignition. You can't really see it. One block is what comes off the ignition switch, and I've got it fused out to all the different things. And the direct battery fuse panel, and one that has through fuses, like for the headlights and tail lights and whatnot. And I was able to install, somebody changed on this one, somebody changed this column thing out to something else, because the original one is supposed to be able to get, pardon me here, but there's this, I don't know where I put it, there's this metal, or this little body thing that sits on the top up here that shines a light against this. And I'll show you guys at night how good it looks. I put light bulbs, one here and one over here, because there's little slots that come through that go into the column. And inside there's plenty of room. I put 2 LED lights in, one here and one there. And I put the right value resistor in line to get it just to glow at night. So that worked out good. I got the gas gauge going. It was good. Temperature gauge always did work. The sending unit in the tank was bad. I had to replace the sending unit in the tank. I threw the old one away. I could have showed it to you, but yeah, it was disintegrated. The tank, it's not too dirty. It looked okay, but so I had to put a new sending unit in. I redid all the electrical under and wire loomed it all nice. Fixed the spark plug wires, got them off the valve covers, and it wasn't adjusting very well, the idle mixture, and just something didn't seem right. So I pulled the cap off, the top off of this Edelbrock, and it's just the guy didn't run a fuel filter, and this thing is just it's a mess. So I'm pulling the carburetor off. I'm gonna deassemble it, parts dip it. I've got a couple parts dips cans right there. Got to find out which one is the best. Take care of the carburetor. What else? In the meantime, I also acquired all the trim, and I've got it laying right there. And what I need to do is put it in a safe spot, because I don't want to step on it. But I've got all the trim for the future to put on. What else did I do? So we took care of that. I'm getting now into the carburetor. Yeah, did all the electrical. I kept the original wire in harness intact, but the wires that were out here that were really crusty, I replaced. Ran new wires, like, new wires are in this loom, going to the alternator. There were so many things that were not hooked up or connected correctly. One thing that is kind of my forte a little bit is I like dabbling in electronics, old school electronic stuff. So you know, finding wires and connecting things and whatnot. I have no problem with that. So the electrical's all done. Like I said, it probably took me, I don't know, 40, 50 hours total to do it all. I still have to hook up things like the wiper motor. I have to do the wiper motor, and I have to do what else? The blower for the heater and whatnot. But I could do that with the dash in, so I don't have to take the dash out anymore. Let's see here. Yeah, I had to get a new steering wheel, like I said. Had to get a new horn, bush, you know, that spring-loaded deal. So here's the old, and I polished this up really good. Polished that up really good, and I found the right Comet little logo thing on eBay. And so this is what the old steering wheel looked like. You know, I've repaired them before with JB Weld, but this thing, the you know, the whole hub, I guess if you call it that, it completely disintegrated. Here's the pieces right here, and I thought, you know what, a brand new reproduced one, 200 bucks, I just did it. And I got a steering wheel wrap for it right here. I found one. That's a 17-inch wheel. And I found a steering wheel wrap at O'Reilly's that will handle a 16 to an 18-inch wheel. So I'm going to be putting that on later. But, you know, it's black, which is okay. That one was, the original one was black. And I went ahead, they must have painted it is what they did, blue. I'm going to keep the blue. I'm going to repaint it with the same blue inside. And I'm going to put in black bucket seats. So hopefully the black will play off the seats okay. I found some good material, cool material on Amazon to make my own door panels and whatnot. So anyway, that's just a little update on the Comet, where I'm going with this so far. So what I'm going to do here, as soon as I stop the video, I'm going to pull the rest of the carburetor off and disassemble it and put it in some parts dip. So there you go. That's the latest on the 63 Comet S-22. I just pulled the carburetor off, and I dumped the float bowl. Well, I dumped it out into this bucket. Look at this. That was the fuel in there. Unbelievable. Anyway, so let's see if there's any gunk in there. All right. So I'll get to work on that now. Okay, I think it's dark enough. And what I wanted to show everybody was I got my dome light working. Had a hard time finding the cut wire that was down into the floorboard. So I'm going to do, it's a little dark, which is perfect. I'm going to shut the door. Then I'm going to turn on the tail lights. That's all I need. So I got everything working there. Check this out. It's a little dark on here, but believe me, it's bright enough. I got the, yeah, it's a lot darker here on video than it is by eye. And I got the two bulbs inside, and it really lit that up really nicely. They're two LED bulbs, and they fit right inside of the hub, like I was saying. And there's two little slots on each side that were open from the hub up into this clear plastic deal. And they are, like I said, it lights up just perfect in here. And I was going to show you what I used on these. Here, I'll go inside the shed, inside the tool room here. Let me turn on the light. Okay, so what I used was, where did they go? I got the whole carburetor apart in here, and man, this stuff, I used a parts dip. I'm telling you, I had to take a shower after that because that stuff just stunk me up pretty bad. Okay, and I got these bulbs here. I used this in the dome light, which I really like because I didn't want a really bright dome light. I wanted just to have it glow in there when I open the doors. So these supposedly are 20 watt equivalent. I think they draw 2 watts, but this is what they look like. Okay, there I am. And I mean, they're not tiny, but there was enough room to put 2 of these inside. And I used a 6.8K resistor to dim them down, which worked perfectly. And so there you go.